What's up, Internet? This is Skinny at Clarington Nissan, and behind me, I've got a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland Edition. This thing is jam-packed with options. If you don't have a coffee, go grab one. This isn't going to be a short video. There's a lot of stuff to cover. Let's go have a look. All right, guys, have a look at this absolutely beautiful Jeep Grand Cherokee. Like I said, it's a 2015, just under 80,000 kilometers. Now, it's awfully chilly out, so let's get it started because it does have a remote starter. Let's have a listen. Oh, it sounds so amazing. So the Overland features a bunch of different options, and this also has the advanced technology package, which means that it has forward emergency braking. What that simply means is if you're on the radio or adjusting the climate control or yelling at the kids in the back and the traffic in front of you is slowing down, there's a radar box right in the front bumper here. It's measuring the traffic in front, and if you're not applying the brakes, it's going to do it for you. It can even bring the Jeep to a complete stop. That's not to say that you shouldn't be paying attention, but it's that kind of OS situation where obviously it needs a little help from the computer, and it's going to slow down and stop the Jeep, hopefully avoiding a collision in front of you. So that's a really important safety feature I wanted to talk about right off the get-go. Now let's get right into the meat and potatoes of things, because underneath this big hood here, we have a 5.7 liter V8 engine, an absolute powerhouse, and yet best of all, with the transmission, it is a not bad vehicle for gas. It's got a lot of towing power, but you still get some pretty decent fuel efficiency, so that is also something that is quite cool. Now you want to talk about cool, let's have a look. I want to point out something to you. So we've got these beautiful 20-inch alloy wheels, right? They look great, but let's pay attention here to the height of the vehicle in comparison to the tire. Okay, we got about maybe 1.5 inch gap. Now check this out. Let's open her up. Little sneak peek of the inside. And I want to show you something here. Check this out. We've got adjustable suspension. So let's bring this bad boy all the way up as we're going doing our walk around, and you can actually see it start raising up here. Check this out. Look at that. It's going to continue to go up, and as we do our walk around, I'll show you how high this bad boy gets. But let's keep walking around. Let's have a look here. We've got these beautiful chrome side steps, chrome mirror caps, chrome door handles. Everything is chrome on this bad boy. Keep walking around. Look at how high it's getting. Isn't that awesome? This thing looks an absolute beast when you raise it up like that. Now we've got to the back here, we've got a trailer hitch already installed with the wiring. You got dual exhaust, and we've got a power tailgate. So let's open that up because the trunk is massive. Look at this thing. Like, this is huge. We've got the Bose stereo system. It's an absolutely great stereo. You've got Jeep rubber mats, fold down seating. Look at how big the sunroof is too. I'll get a better look at that when we hop in the passenger seat. Let's close her up. Keep continuing around. So it does have rear sonar on the back, as well as a rear view camera. That's just kind of not a redundant feature, but let's say the camera's all blocked up from some snow or ice or something. It's a good feature to have. So we come around the front, got to look at this bad A front grille. Look at that. Beauty front grille. You have LED headlights and LED fog lights. The fog lights, that's pretty uncommon. That's a rare feature to have LED fog lights. And then look at the detail. They even have a little Jeep in there. Isn't that cool? Jeep knows how to do their vehicles right. These things is pretty gnarly. Chrome tow hooks in case you want to be a hero, pull some people out of the snow. Got that nice chrome hood deflector on there as well. And then let's go have a look inside here. All right. All right, so we got this beautiful leather seating on the inside. Rear reclining seats. You can see that one headrest is folded down because we had it all folded up for you. Center armrest. Beautiful perforation on the seats, but best of all, check this out. We've got rear heated seats. Oh yeah, so the kids in the back, or the adults for that matter, get nice and toasty warm. We've got a 115 volt outlet, so you can charge up a digital camera or anything you want to kind of keep plugged in and charged up back here, and 2 USB supports, so that way you can keep your cell phones or your iPad charged. But in case you don't have the iPads or the kids are too young, we have dual DVD players in the headrest. You can see how awesome they fold down, tuck away right here. When you want them back up, they're up there. Awesome, amazing feature. And HDMI input and AV input. Like HDMI, what are we talking about? This is a car. This is insane. Bring your Xbox in, plug it in the outlet, and then what are you gonna do? You're gonna play an Xbox back here, a little Fortnite with the kids. You don't even need to leave the house. It's amazing, right? Such a cool feature. Having a look at the front, look at that big panoramic sunroof, goes all the way to the back. Beautiful leather seats, have Overland embroidered in the seats there. Heated seats, no odors, no smells, no nothing in the car. Absolutely very, very clean. Power driver's seat, power lumbar, and you've also got it all hooked up to the memory system. But best of all, the memory system also hooks up to the power tilt and telescopic steering wheel. So when you get in and set it to driver 1, driver 2, the steering wheel, the mirrors, and the seats all go to where that memory setting is all set up. All right, so now that we're inside, I want to talk about all the great features in here, but first of all, I gotta get my hands warm again. So we're gonna go over here to this big touchscreen display, hit the controls, heated steering wheel's on, fantastic. Let's pretend we're gonna have a passenger here. Let's turn that heated seat on the passenger side. And you'll also see here that they are vented seats, which means air-conditioned seats in the summertime. So heated steering wheel, heated seats, and air-conditioned seats, all for the leather interior. Really super fantastic. But now let's go right back over here, now that the steering wheel's getting nice and warm, and let's talk about some cool features. So over here, we have our Bluetooth controls and our controls for our all-digital dashboard, which I'll show you in a second. And then over here, we've got our cruise controls, but it is a different style of cruise control. This is adaptive cruise control, which means that, again, using that front radar box that we had for the forward emergency braking, it will use the same radar. So when you set cruise at, let's say, 120, and you're driving along, and of course, you're on the highway, and inevitably the goof in front of you is doing 110, you don't have to hit the brakes. That adaptive cruise control recognizes the car in front of you is driving slower. It will match the speed. It will essentially come up, not close, but close enough to kind of indicate, hey, bud, get out of the way. And then once that car gets out of the way, it goes back up to the cruise speed that you had it set at. So you don't need to be on and off the brakes like you do with regular cruise control. This will take care of it for you, leaving a safe distance, but close enough to get them to, hey, get out of the way, bud, right? So really amazing cruise feature. If you are a highway driver, that's almost a must-have. It will change the way you drive on the highway. It's absolutely fantastic. Behind here, you can see the little paddles. We have the up and down, and those are for shifting manually. If you want to shift it manually, it's a V8. It is pretty powerful. It's a ton of fun to drive. You could do that and have some fun. But let's have a look at this all digital dash, which is super cool. So everything here you can see, you can change more or less. You can see here just by using these buttons on the steering wheel, we can go through, change the mile per hour. We can have the speedometer in the display. There's all sorts of cool things that we can have that show up here. So let's see here. You got your setup screen. You can change what you want to see on the right, what you want to see on the left. It's crazy, right? So let's restart to defaults just for fun. And okay. And then everything goes back to its defaults. So we've got, sorry, I said in the intro under 80K. It's 88,231K. My bad. I thought it was under, but it's okay. So you've got this entire screen here set up, which you can see, like, look at that. That's so cool, right? You've got just a plethora of options that you can go through here to show whatever outputs you want, the oil condition, the oil temperatures, everything is right here in the display. And basically just set it up the way you want to set it up. There's too many to go over, but you'll kind of get an idea what you want. Over here, we've got automatic headlights, or pardon me, automatic windshield wipers, automatic headlights down below over here. And then let's move over here to the infotainment system. Like I said, absolutely stellar stereo system in this. You can see here, we've got Sirius satellite radio, FM, AM, excuse me. When you go to media, you're going to have the USB option, the disc option, auxiliary input, SD card input, audio video input, HDMI input. Like, you've got everything here really to keep everybody entertained. And best of all, it does obviously have Bluetooth audio streaming. So if you are streaming music from your cell phone, you have Google or Spotify or any one of those streaming services, you'll play it through this amazing sound system as well. Now, just so you don't get lost on the road, we do have obviously touchscreen navigation. It gives you turn-by-turn directions. It can feed off your phone as well. We've got your climate control all up here in the dashboard as well. Now, let's say you're not a big fan of touchscreen, right? Maybe you prefer the tactile controls of buttons. all the buttons are right here as well. So you don't have to worry. Everything's right down here. You have all your buttons available. So if you want to use your buttons, you use your buttons. If you want the touchscreen, go ahead and use the touchscreen. Speaking of buttons, we've got the rear parking assist off. That's the sonar. If you're towing or something, you obviously want to turn that off. We've got forward collision warning. You could turn that off. Don't know why you would, but you could. Now you'll see here it's set on eco mode. The Grand Cherokee has 3 different drive modes, basically: eco, regular, and sport. By default, it will turn on eco if you leave it on. The whole idea there is to preserve fuel as well. You can turn it off, and then you can also turn it to sport mode if you like in the dash, and that'll obviously give you a heck of a roar out of that engine. Just one other quick thing with this screen. I'm just going to pop the car in reverse. Nice big reverse camera, super clear, super bright, and obviously a really big camera, which is fantastic, so that way you don't go bumping into stuff. Put her back in park. Continue our little tour down here. Lots of storage down here. You've got your SD card input, you've got your USB input, auxiliary input, another charging station, all the inputs. It's amazing how videos have changed in the last 2 or 3 years with all these inputs. Got the cool shifter, and then over here we have the legendary Jeep controls. So we've got the suspension all the way up. That you can adjust to your liking, whatever you like. You see here it says down or park. There's a reason why I call it park is because it's obviously the lowest exit and entry point. So if you have trouble getting in and out, that's one thing you can also adjust as well. Now, automatic 4x4 is what it's set at naturally. You can turn it to sand, you can turn it to snow, mud, or rock. If you're off-roading in your beautiful Grand Cherokee, all the power to you, dudes and gals. That's pretty cool. But most people are probably just going to leave it in the auto or perhaps the snow mode. And then over here we have 4-wheel drive low for the extreme circumstances, and downhill descent control, which just basically means it will control the speed of the car going down a very steep incline. So that is another feature you can use. And then let's look in the armrest, last but not least. Blu-ray and DVD players. Blu-ray. Like, holy smokes. Like, most cars still only have DVD players, but this has a Blu-ray player as well, with a little bit of storage there for some junk. So, I mean, I don't know. What else is there to talk about? Oh, I forgot. Some of the best stuff right here in our vehicle file. Let's pull it all out here. Hold on a second. Just gotta, 1 second. Stand by. 1 sec. All right. In this beautiful little folder, we have all the service records for this vehicle. We cannot give you them because they obviously contain information from the previous owner. However, we have no problem showing you all the information so that way you know that the service is up to date. Number 1. Number 2, you want to see how meticulous the previous owner was. They still have the brochure from when they bought the car. We have a Carfax showing you no damage, clean car proof, Ontario vehicle. Again, service history, Port Hope, Port Hope, Port Hope, Port Hope, Port Hope. Amazing, right? We've got everything that you need to know on this vehicle all right here in this delicious little file. So obviously you're buying a beautiful, massive Jeep with some amazing features. You want to make sure that the file and the vehicle's been taken care of, and we've got everything right here for you, along with an absolutely beautiful red Grand Cherokee Overland Edition. I like this truck. What can I say? If you can't tell by now, it is a really cool truck. They've got the infotainment, they've got the height adjustable suspension. It's a Jeep, it's legendary 4x4 system. I don't know, I'd drive it. For sure I'd drive it. Actually, I would drive it if it didn't have so many kilometers. I put on too many kilometers to drive this around on the lot. You'd come look at it, it'd be at 95K. You're saying, what the heck? Skinny, why are you driving the car so much? It's because I like it, but I can't. So, anyway, my name is Skinny. I love working at Clarington Nissan. You're going to absolutely love buying here. If you're shopping from out of town, not to worry, we have you covered. We have free delivery almost anywhere in Ontario. If you're in Kingston, Trenton, Niagara, St. Catharines, Hamilton, those are all kind of in the same area. West, east, north, whatever, Peterborough. We can take care of it. We've got you covered. Even if you have a trade-in, just send us an email or give us a call and we'll explain all the details. It's a really simple process and we could put this Jeep in your driveway. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope somebody picked up this Grand Cherokee. This is a bad A truck. Tons of features, and again, I wish I could drive it, but I can't. So somebody else needs to drive it and take it home before I do. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Take care. What's up, Internet? This is Skinny at Clarington Nissan, and I got the wind in my eyes. Bloopers. And behind me, I've got a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee. What's it called? Gotta check it. Stand by.